first and foremost, as you can see from my account balance, it's up to $479,321. We've been very busy off camera, and that's where I want to go to, or kind of expound upon first. Off camera, I made the decision to go ahead and work on the collection of the collectible items on the map. Each collectible item on the map is worth $10,000 each. Part of the reason why I went ahead and did that is because after kind of looking up for some information online, because the thing that kind of got me at first as I was playing the game offline is like I was kind of curious that I had not run into any collectibles just kind of moving around the map, and I kind of went online and researched that a little bit and kind of figured out what was behind that, and that is because the collectibles in this particular version of the game are very different from how we've had collectibles in the past. So a lot of those items were not easily recognized, and some of them are even kind of bugged or hidden from sight, so you wouldn't see them anyway just moving around in the game environment. Especially after I went and looked up and watched some videos from various YouTubers on the collectible locations, and after kind of reviewing that information, I made the decision to go ahead and collect all the collectibles offline, because there was no chance in heck I was ever going to find all of those items just right along. So and again, one of the big reasons for that is because some of them are hidden from view based on the way the camera angles are currently set up in the game, and other reasons. Those are two of the primary reasons why some of them are. And there's even one collectible that requires you to crouch to get into the area where the collectible is located at. But I don't know if console players even have the ability to crouch. And if you do, it's not clearly illustrated to us, like in many cases with this game, unfortunately, what are our controls in order to be able to do so. Much like the hidden control for activating the beacon lights for the tractors, where you do right bumper and up on the D-pad. There's a few control schemes for this game that are not in the in-game menu, and are not on documentation for the game, or even the game manual. There's one other thing I did offline between streams is I did go ahead and download a electronic version of the game manual, and I actually printed out a hard copy of it in full color. It's actually a really good game manual. I'm old school. I kind of miss the days of when you used to buy a game and it came with all these manuals, and you used to have, part of your process when you bought a game is you usually purchase a game guide to go along with your purchase. And in fact, I still have a collection of some of my favorite game guides here on my bookshelf in my office. That was part of the process. You bought a game, if you were buying it at release or pre-ordered it, you would also typically pre-order the game guides that go with the game along with it. And that was part of the experience. But kind of digressing there. But long story short, I did go ahead and do all of the collectibles off camera, and I'm trying to find where that the grain elevator is here. I'm forgetting its location right now. Is it here? No, that's the farmer's market. Is it this one? It's the oil mill. But when you collect all the collectibles on this map, they will appear in the museum, which is like a grain elevator museum location. I'm trying to find where it is now. Is that over here? So well, me know. I don't even remember where it's at now. Gas station, is this it over here? Hey, hot spots. Of course, now I won't be able to find it when I want to talk about it. uh, Grain barge, lime station. There it is. Yeah, the Grain Elevator Museum. That's all the items that you collect will appear here, and like you can come in here and see there's some of the items here. But this is another. That's one of the items there, and a few other different things here that end up appearing here, and also on other levels. That's one there. But long story short, this is another project you could do where you can provide materials to the museum and eventually restore the museum. This is a drop-off location for those materials. I'm trying to see where is the trigger to get this whole thing started. Kind of not entirely sure right now. But this is something we will probably work on at some point in the series. I'm not sure I'm going to get started on it just yet because we don't have a source for lumber, because we need no forestry source to get trees other than maybe cutting down a few trees on the map, but that's not enough to really get into forestry, not let alone the capital expenses for equipment that you would need for forestry. We have a chainsaw, and at the least we could just use the chainsaw and cut down a few trees and haul those, but that is very time consuming. But we'll look at that possibly later in the series. It's showing right here the requirements to get started right now are didn't even see that pop up. To at least to go to the next step in the building process, 6,000 wood beam and 6,000 long planks. So just to give you an idea of what that might cost me right now, let's go over to I think is it this shop? Yeah, visit. Is that it? Oh no, wrong one. I want to go over here. Yeah, if we go here, you can go here and you can buy various building materials like, and I forget, what was it? I forget the type of planks that we needed, but it said 6,000. So if we wanted to buy 6,000 of those planks, that would cost us $30,168. But I got to go back because I don't even remember what the number was already. I've already spaced it out. So visit, and let's go look at those numbers again. All right, so it's right now just 6,000 long blank, 6,000 long planks and 6,000 wood beams. So if we go back over to the warehouse, and 6,000 long planks will set us back $30,168. 6,000 wood beam will set us back $45,288. But that's just part of the problem or issue. Is once you purchase those items from the warehouse, you have to pick them up and transport them to excuse me, that location. So you're going to need equipment for that. You're going to need, well, I do have pallet forks for my, excuse me, I have bale spikes for my tractor now, but I would need to get pallet forks, and depending on how heavy those pallets are, probably gets additional weights for the tractors as well. But those are the items that are needed to get that project started. Like I say, we'll probably pick that up at some point in the series, but we're not working on that right now. The other big thing that I did want to kind of get into as we're getting started here, as you're watching here now, you're seeing my worker is picking up stones on field 3, and it looks like he's done. Let's go check on that progress. He seems to have missed an area over here, so let's circle back and clean up this area that he missed. But in my haste to kind of work through contracts and stuff, I was not keeping track of the time, and I kind of missed the opportunity to prep my fields based on the crop calendar, to prep my fields for planting. So right now, my window for planting, at least for any seasonal crops outside of grass, are about to expire, and I won't have enough time to finish doing everything that I need to do to get one of the crops that I could plant in this month of October down in time. Because in October I could plant wheat, I can plant oilseed, but as you can see, that window goes out away in November, and we're in the last day of October right now. Of course, I can plant grass all the way up until the end of November, and we have barley as well that I could have planted had I been paying close attention to where we're at on the crop calendar right now. Where am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one of my grain crops. Let's see, wheat, barley. Where's oats? Okay, wheat, barley, and oat. I thought there was another one too, but maybe my brain is messing with me right now. As you can see, there's been some changes to the crop calendar as well. Okay, I don't know where the Yahoo is going, so I'm going to have to take manual control. But there's been some changes to the crop calendar, and we'll get into that in just a moment as well. Let me first of all get my workers sorted out here, because he's kind of off on some tangents, so I'm going to have to finish this one off manually, it looks like. But as I was saying, it looks like I'm going to miss the window for getting any other crops down right now outside of primarily grass, because I have no interest in doing oil seed. Oil seed is a catch crop. You basically plant that crop, but you don't harvest it. You plant it, let it grow out, and then once it grows out, you plow it over, and it creates a fertilization state. So it's essentially like placing fertilizer on a field, except you plant a crop that will in turn be used as fertilizer. Alright, so let's go back up here to our map, and we're looking at the growth calendar, and as you can see, the field is showing that it's in the cultivated state now, and that's because we ran the stone picker on the field. Now, this next field is kind of weird to me, because it only pulls stones up in one, small section of the field. I'm concerned that if I pull the stone picker over that section of the field, it's going to show a different field state from the rest of the field, and I want the field to be uniform. So I'm going to go ahead and have the the worker run the stone picker on this field as well, but he shouldn't pick up any stones other than the small section of stones that is on the field. And as you can see from the soil composition chart, all of these fields will need lime. So once we run the stone picker over these and the growth state is reset to cultivated, we will come through with a I'll probably lease a fertilizer spreader, and we'll go ahead and purchase some lime, and we'll go ahead and spread some lime over these fields. But other than that, it's kind of rinse and repeat working contracts, which was also part of why the balance is what it is. I didn't finish my conversation on the collectibles either. Well, there's like 20 collectibles. We collected all 20. They're 10,000 a piece for each one, so that's also a big chunk of where our money and our balance came from. But a vast majority of it was working contracts off camera. And I've still been working through some of the game bugs just like everyone else has. It just, right now, fortunately, it appears like a lot of the bugs that console players have been experiencing. I'm playing on Xbox Series X, and I haven't encountered too many of the major bugs, although I finally did have the game crash on me once yesterday for the first time. But that allows me to kind of circle back to where we are tonight. Giants did release the patch for the game today, so we're now on version 1.3 of the game software, and the patch afforded various bug fixes to the game. I won't go into detail on that because you can find most of that information on YouTube or on the official Giants website or on the Giants blog, along with the patch notes and other useful information. Again, two of the YouTubers that I rely on for most of my information on the game are Mr. Sealy P and DJ Goham. And lately I've also been watching, even though he's straight PC player, is Farmer Klein, but a lot of his videos are super informative. I've also reconnected with the first streaming farming simulator player that I used to watch, and that was Peanut. I would also recommend Peanut. I also watched a few things from Driver 53 Gaming, Clutch Simulations, those guys are also PC players, but Driver 53 does stuff for content for all platforms, thankfully. And some of the other guys do too, but their focus is on PC exclusively. Guys like DJ and Driver 53 actually make an effort to put out stuff that's useful to the console players as well. What was I saying? I've totally lost my train of thought as I got off on that particular tangent. I don't even know what I was talking about now. Well, on field 4, we're having to have the worker run the stone picker across this field so that we can have it all set to the cultivated state. We're going to do the same for field 5, which does actually have stones on it. And our stone picker is almost full, so we're soon going to have to unload it as well. And we'll bring our trailer around and our other tractor and unload it when we get to that point. Alrighty. And apologies for the radio silence there for a moment. I just got lost in my train of thought. But as I was saying, the 1.3 patch was released today for all platforms. It fixed various issues in the game, but didn't fix all issues. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done on the game, but it's now a better version of the game than what it was prior to the patch. And just of note, here's one funny one for me on this map. If you know about it, then you know what this is right here. Let's go over here, the main farmhouse, and this little building over here by the main farmhouse that has this building that has a chicken coop in front of it that looks like it should be a chicken coop that you should be able to utilize. They removed the marked zone from here, and put various junk around the area now, along with a ladder. I don't know if this ladder was supposed to go anywhere special. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Alright. So jump back down. But that's just one of the many changes in the game from the latest patch. So be sure to check that out online or on the Giants website, or watch some of the videos produced by some of the various YouTubers that I mentioned previously. So right now my goal on the fields that I own is I'm just going to go ahead and put grass down on each of these fields at this point in time, and we'll work on doing our grass, hay, and silage production, and that's where we will start as far as our farm is concerned. So we work on providing support with the materials needed for our cows. For right now, we only have 3 cows. That will change once we get the balance up, but right now our goal again is to work our way to in excess of $1 million, and once we have $1 million, then we'll start really playing the game and managing our farm in more detail, as well as other activities in this live stream. And that's pretty much it. That's where we're at. So once these fields are cultivated, then we'll be able to run over them with the lime spreader and put some lime down on each of these fields. In fact, I'll probably get started that process now. Alright, so here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and leave the bale spikes here on the main farm. And let's put it here. Alright, so where are we? We want to go ahead and drop off, not the pallet forks, but the bell spike attachment. It's kind of sinking into the ground, isn't it? Oh, nice. This kind of gives the appearance that it is. Alright, so our next stop is we're going to need to drive to the shop, because we're going to need a couple of pieces of equipment from the shop, and we could be working on that while the other worker is working on getting those fields prepared. So here I'm going to do the go-to function in the game, and we're going to do what you do is you go out to the map menu, right click or select the piece of equipment that you're utilizing, or that you want it to or you want to use the go-to function for, and you select set destination, and then the game prompts you to pick a target location. And in this case, we want to go to the shop, so we're going to set our target location as here, and it also asks you for the target orientation, and that's what direction you want the vehicle facing once it ends up at the point that you're trying to go to. We're going to kind of watch this in action now, because these workers, the AI on this game is much improved from 22, but it's still nowhere near hyper realistic, and that's probably a good thing. Alright, and we're just kind of watching the AI worker as he follows through on the go-to commands that were given to him, and he tries to figure out the best route to get to that destination. And as you can see, he's on his way, doing a good job so far. When you do give workers go-to commands, you do want to kind of come back and monitor them every so often, because they're again, the AI is far from perfect, and it's very quirky, and they will make mistakes. So you still want to, when you give up a worker the go-to function, you still want to monitor the worker to see what they're doing along the work route. They can sometimes get stuck on weird things or run into other situations. go silent. Next stop is the shop. We're going to go ahead and get at least the equipment we need to put some lime down on our fields so we can get them prepped for the next stage in our process of getting some crops planted on our fields that we own. So, and we're going to do this while we also have the other worker running the stone picker. So let's see here. So we want to use the big one for this, or at least the larger of the two pieces. That's 9,000 liters capacity. We're going to lease the Brito K105 extension, small. We'll get one with the extension. Leave all the other configuration elements alone, but these are some of the options that you have there. Actually, I'm partial to Michelin, so when I can, I'll go ahead and throw some Michelin on there. And these the other options you can have is spreading disc, yes or no, and we'll leave those off. Oops, hit the wrong thing there. Extension, big, standard setup, and lease. Okay, and that piece of equipment should appear at the shop. So now the only thing we need to do is go grab some lime, and we're going to acquire some lime from one of the lime field locations up here on the map. So we're going to go here, back to the map, and near the main farm there is a lime station nearby. I'm trying to think, where is it? Okay. Oh, right here. It's not right near our field number 2, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where our next destination is. So I'm going to we're going to try to give the hire a worker and use the go-to function. We're going to set the destination as the lime station here, and let's see if we can get the go-to function to plot a route out for that. Alright, so here we go. Let's see how well the worker makes his way over. And we'll just kind of monitor that and also back and forth. Looks like our worker is done on field 3, so we can set him up on the next available field, field 5, and then all our fields will be prepped and ready to go for the next stage in operation. That's planting the grass. Just spreading the lime. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our lights on. And we'll go ahead and hire a worker. That worker kind of sorted out. And he's about to be full, so if the other tractor is busy, once he gets full, we're going to have to work on the unloading by ourselves with the same tractor that we have here on site. Come back in just a bit. Let's see how our other worker is doing on his go-to route. He looks like he's making his way along pretty well. So far, so good. Looks like he's making progress. Let's see where our other guy is at. He's at 98%. And he's 99%, so we should hit here in just a second. Once it hits 100%, it should stop, and you'll see here in just a moment. Alright, there we go. So now we're going to go ahead and toggle the worker off because we don't want him sitting there idle, charging, and we're paying for that time while he's sitting there idle. So let's go grab a trailer and unload the stones. Like I say earlier, we're kind of a single man, single tractor operation right now, so this tractor is going to be pulling double duty while the other guy's off doing some other things. So where I park my trailer at. So here. And the shed here. Bad boy, and bring it out to the field. Position here. So have it in the right spot. It should automatically attach so that it's powered up. I thought it would pop automatically, but maybe you have to be attached to the tractor. So let's do that first. Alright, yep. And there you go. Now we got it. RB wide to dump the stones into the trailer. Alright, stones unloaded. Let's move the trailer out of the way. Once we finished all the stone cooking, we'll go ahead and sell stones that we collected. So a silo will store those, that particular crop type. What are we doing here? Alright, lights on, disconnect trailer. Reattach, hire worker, and we should be back in business. Make sure this guy gets started. So far so good, and let's take a peek at the filters. This is a shot from the soil composition menu, and it shows the stones. We have the yellow stones, which are the light stones. Orange is medium. Red is large stones, so small, medium, and large stones. Excuse me, what I say? But there you got it designated small, medium, large, yellow, orange, and red. But you can see the spots represent the stones on the field from this soil composition filter. And if we go to the growth filters, we want to see the field in the cultivated state after the stones have been removed. And looking closer at both of the fields, it looks like there's a couple of spots I need to touch up here. I see some purple dots on both of these fields, so we're gonna probably have to go back and kind of do some touch-ups before we move ahead. Yeah, not entirely sure why the worker left some spots on the field that it kind of missed. Alright, so while that worker's doing his thing there, let's go back and check on the other guy. Should have reached his destination by now or be thereabouts, and yes he is. We'll go ahead and open the cover here. And let's go. We got some lime. That's a realistic look there. Bring it in. We're at least refilling in a realistic manner. Filling. Get lime or solid fertilizer from here. We're going to go ahead and get some lime. I'm going to take a full load. Alright. That cost us $2,918. Lime is not free. And make our way back to the main farm, and we're going to go ahead and do the go-to function again, except this time we're telling them to go, actually we're telling them to go right here. They're already right where they need to be, actually. Dismiss the worker. We'll do this one manually. The lights on. So here we go. Just way into this field number 2, which we own. So I'm going to go ahead and put the spreader in place, and I'm going to hire a worker right away. So that can be the guy working right now. Let's see how they handle the lime spreading duties. this worker is putting down lime on this field. So if we go to our filters, we should now see, I think we got to go to soil composition. And you can see where it's changing the status of the field and clearing the needs lime filter or indication. And we're going to need to put lime down on each one of our fields. Let's see how Stone Picker's doing. He's moving right along. Still got a little ways to go. But he's done. While all this is going on, we could possibly be making contracts to earn some income. Right now, I just want to make sure I focus on what we need to do for our fields, because I neglected that in my priority to work on contracts when I could already have these fields prepped and not miss the window for getting crops down instead of just grass. Because I had always planned on putting some grass down as well, at least one or two other crops aside from the winter. Now we're just going to do everything grass. Just want to create silage beds and grass. Right now we don't have any animals over outside of the cows. All the cows do eat grass as well, but it's the least effective ration for the cows. TMR is the most effective. We're going to work towards creation of bales of material that support the creation. We have straw, so all we need to do is put some silage and hay bales. So we're just keeping our eyes on both of our workers right now, and that's kind of the highlight of where we're at tonight. Just kind of watching workers do their thing while we prepare for the next task. Guess we could. Oh no. I want to kind of take a peek at my cows real quick. Let's see. Is it here? We got our 3 cows, and we're doing everything we can to make sure they're taken care of. Let's see it here. This is their situation right now. They have total mixed ration. The water is getting down a little bit, so we will need to supply them with some water in the not too distant future, but they're okay for now in that department. And that's really all they need, at least for this particular pasture. At some point, we're going to bring Uh, Hopefully a few more cows in there, or we could wait until these cows complete a single gestation period and reproduce. Um, and that way we'll get new cows without having to spend all that money to get them. I think about that a little bit and decide how I want to handle that. But it'll take them 18 months before they produce 3 more cows. Excuse me. Yeah. No, 10 months. I'm sorry. That's not too terribly too long. So maybe we will wait it out. I think the reproduction has to be 100%. I'm not entirely sure how that works. It reaches 100% at the end of 10 months. Not entirely sure. Play that out by ear because I'm not in a mad dash to go buying more cows, especially when you can get them for free. And I think we kind of touched on this a little bit in recent episodes, but we wanted to talk about, but I want to touch on that again, how some folks are complaining about how this game is a quote alleged scan of Farming Simulator 22, and if you're saying that, then you're really not paying attention. And you can see how the lights hit the tractor. You can see levels of the light reflecting the surfaces of the tractor. When the shadows move, the shadows that exist in the game, among other things. But this is the overall game graphics in general, man. This is not Farming Simulator 22. Not even close. Really impressed by the graphics. There's also a lot of much ado about the game being locked in 4K 30 frames per section, 30 frames per second. A game like this, I don't think that's a huge deal because it's not a fast Twitch game. It would be ideal if they did not lock it and gave the players the option to choose graphics or performance. I don't know why they didn't do that because most modern games today provide the player with that option. More graphical fidelity or more performance. Alright, looks like our lime spreader person worker appears to believe he is done. I see a spot already where he missed. Turn on. See if we touch that spot on. That's good. And is that the only area? Nope, I see another spot straight ahead. So while he did okay, it wasn't perfect. Certainly did miss a few areas. And with these crops and everything, I just need to point out I'm kind of also in the position of relearning some of the game mechanics, because I'm so used to playing in Farming Simulator 22 with the precision farming. I don't know at this point if there would be a precision farming for Farming Simulator 25, because part of that program was a agreement that that giant software had with John Deere and some other European agency. I can't think of the name. Recall the name of it right now. Giants no longer are part of that agreement anymore, so I don't know if there will be no precision farming for Farming Simulator 25. But we shall see. Right now, just trying to unlearn what I learned in that version of the game and using that particular add-on, going back to the base functionality for setting up the field. This farmer's tapped out of line, and we might as well go over here and refill. Still got a few other fields to do. And another thing I've noticed since the update is the equipment will be a little bit harder to drive, because they did kind of tweak the steering in the game, and so everything now drives really twitchy, if you will. Like that's not, I can't really explain it any other way than that. It's kind of like the steering can be sometimes real tight and sometimes real loose, depending on what it is you're doing and what piece of equipment you're operating. Alright, so we refilled our line. And go back over to our fields. And we're going to stand by, because like I said, there's a couple of missed spots in all of the fields that need to be touched up before we proceed to the next step in the process. So that's one thing that I'm kind of not as happy about, even though it definitely just dramatically improved more AI in this game from Farming Simulator 22. This equipment is very hard to steer right now. And I can see why some of it might be, because it's realistic that when you're pulling a trailer with weight and everything, it's going to influence the ability to steer and turn when XSX heavy equipment behind the tractor. Here you can see an example of the tire spin. But I don't know why we're getting bogged down in that particular area. Alright, so I'm gonna put the lime spreader on standby, and let's move over to our stone picker guy. He appears to believe he is done. Let's see if that is truly accurate in case. And there are spots that he missed as well. I don't know why the workers are leaving these missed spots, but we'll do our best to try to get it cleaned up. Let's see here. There's that area. What else do we have? See, there's another little spot here, so let's bring it up. And it kind of sucks that we're having to go back and touch up these tiny little spots and all randomly in all of these fields. So I'm not super happy about that, but it is what it is tonight. Yeah, so hungry. Okay, where are we? All right, testing, mic on. So let's bring it down. spot. That's it for this field. Let's move over to field 4. Spots. Seems to be kind of what it missed. Somewhere. Let's see if we can line up because it's hard to visually see. Going for it as well. So, straight ahead. Is that it? Assuming that it's that where right here. If I'm correct, it's like a hand. There's a little gray on the side of it. It's finished. Let's see that. That spot. Side of the field. Spots. Visually see the spot here. See if I got it. Looks like that was it. So on to field 3. So it's those 2 spots right there, the first color. See if that is also the case. And there appears to be about 3 more spots. This field area to those different locations. So you can see it before. Nope, it's still a spot right about it's on top of the building. Oh, I see. So, let's see, that's right. And then there's about 3 more spots. We'll have on the edge and the 2 more inside. Spot. Looks like something. entirely. What's that? Yeah. Looks like it said it's just allowing process. Yeah. Which is spots here. Really see what building. You'll see the facts. Not sure. It looks like alright, so I think we're good. And lift. Yep. Load our trim. This little shed, I don't know if it serves any purpose or not. If you can sell that without too much. We're going to go ahead and unload our stones. That's all the stones. So it's our leasing agreement for the stone picker. So we're going to go ahead and where do we get to the vehicles menu at now? This is okay for on the prices. Vehicles, and let's see, spreader. Where's the stone picker at? This guy. So we can return that. Yes. Work on getting our stones sold. What spot gives us the best price on stones? We can go to the back to the prices menu, and let's scroll down to stones and see what we have. This looks like the menu has been sorted by material type and is in alphabetical order now, so that's a bit of an improvement and a difference in the new game update 1.3. Alright, so under stones, the cement factory is the only location, so we'll go ahead and tag that one. Oh, and it's a spot right next to our main one, so don't have far to go. See how much we'll get for our stones really sell for a lot, really stones for profit. And cash flow is low, and every dollar counts. Also need to put the payout on forestry contract, so they won't pay out as much as they used to. Pay out on some contracts. Alright, so we're in the stones, stone cell right here. Let's see how much we get. Trailer position, should get up trigger. There it is, a cell trigger. Our bumper, right bumper and wide, it's still our stones, so bump our stones. That. And we got $215. $215 more dollars ahead of us. And it looks like I just earned an achievement for first sale of rocks. Nice. This way, this is closer. The shed it is. It's trailer. Trailer there, and as we got tractor on around, it's probably doing some maintenance. We haven't put some work hours on it again. Yep. Repair is going to cost us $1,356, so we'll go ahead and do that now. Trailer. Tractor rental. Also, one other traded in our plow here. Diego, which is better than plow. The only thing you can't is create field, so create this is a 4.5 cloud. Shape type of cloud. Any road. Lights come KHN 6L. Power leases, you're going to be very happy to apply. Now that that's done, we're back in position and ready for our line. Game time at 8:58, so 8:58, almost. It's getting a little late here, but we try to get all this that's what I knocked out today. So we move on to the next phase of the process of prepping these fields for planting hardgrass. Alright, so our worker appears to be doing a good job. Anything else to throw out there right now? Coming up tonight's stream. I thank everyone for tuning in, checking it out, and continue to check it out. I will be working towards some more additional content in the universe. A few other games that I play besides Farming Simulator. Take advantage of this holiday time here to get some more content ready and get some other series started and some of the other games that I'm also just doing about that. Post updates to my Twitter, X feed, and some opportunities to do so in most of those cases. I don't wish everyone again a happy holiday season. Associated territories in the U.S. just wishing you happy peace, love, and happiness as well. And those that are here for gaming, and you've been tuned in to another episode of those that are here live on Twitch, Farmers 122 Twitch series. Episodes of my Twitch live stream series uploaded to my YouTube channel, typically in their entirety. As always, I say, wherever you run across my content, please always subscribe and like it, or let me know what you know. By the way, let me know how I can get better and provide content that you want to see is with your people. That is appreciated. We are on the last 13 minutes. step back and be a little radio silent here. And then I'll go from there. So we got the beautiful scanner button. So sorry guys, I'm yawning. Very busy today. Let's see. Excuse me, to the websites. And figuring out what the control is like. Heads up display. Let's see, the worker believes himself to be done. Let's take a peek and see if that is actually the case. we're done. Gear 3, set to gear 4. Go ahead and drop the fire the work here. Coming up on the final 5 minutes of tonight's live stream. 5-minute mark. And the workers are smarter, but they still make some interesting moves. Alright, once again, thanks to everyone for tuning in and checking me out tonight. And until the next live stream, WJ831 Gaming, live on Twitch, running Simulator 25. We are out of here. Have a good night, everybody. And I will catch you on the flip side.